Yes, sir. Yes, sir. We are back. We are live. This is the Cruise Dynasty podcast. Back at it again. Got the crew with me. Week 14 is here. It's the last week of the fantasy football regular season in most leagues. I know some people, probably done effed up your league. I know our Cruise Dynasty league was fucked up last year or whatever. We had bye weeks in our playoffs and stuff. Can't be doing that. Shout out to Akil, but he done fixed it. Akil trying to get on the pod. We're gonna have to bring him on. Crap man, what's going on?
Same old thing, man. I know both of y'all are watching this game tonight. I ain't got it on. I ain't got nobody in it. Not too concerned about it. I think Raiders probably gonna run away with this one. But what you got going on down there, Chris?
Not much. Watching the game. Need Josh Jacobs to just go big. And I'm contending. Yeah. I'm contending.
I'm pretty much going against a lot of Las Vegas guys tonight. So it's like, but that in gambling, I picked them -6.5. So it's like, my money comes first. I want them to win. But I got Mac Hollins starting tonight, and I didn't even realize it. So I'm glad I got him starting. I'm like, yeah. I really didn't have no choice anyways. He's in there because by default. Got a good first half going on, but yeah, we're doing this, and Las Vegas is playing the Rams right now. Even old Baker Mayfield made it out there.
Is in the game, dude. He's in the game. QB1.
Is he? He's playing now?
He is in the game.
Time.
What happened
to Walford? First two plays look pretty good.
What happened to Walford?
I think they sat him.
They sat him. Took him out. Just said,
Baker only been there for 2 days. How much of the playbook can he possibly know?
They probably just like, hey, run to this, take a left. They doing like some backyard stuff. Just run a 5-yard dig right here.
Wide trips, X dig. And then he's just like, okay.
But y'all want to say anything about this game real quick? Las Vegas Rams. Derek Carr. Josh Jacobs balling. He already done scored a touchdown. Same old shit. I seen Devontae Adams done had him a good grab already. And Mac Hollins is already, let me just look.
While you looking, I got one for you. Well, I mean, what do y'all think about Baker getting traded to the Rams? I mean, is this going to be? It's a 2-part question. What do y'all think about Baker getting traded to the Rams, and what do y'all think about Stafford's future right now? Because there's a good chance that we never see Stafford again, in my opinion.
Man, look, I don't buy that for a sec. I think they're gonna redo it next year. I think if I was Baker Mayfield, I'd try to want to stay with the Rams, see if I could stay with them, even be the backup for however many years it is, because at least you're going to be teamed up with Sean McVay. As far as tonight and the rest of the season goes, they just throwing Baker out to the Wolves, man. No O-line, no players playing, no receivers. Cam Akers, the RB1 back there.
Practice squad receivers. I mean,
yeah. They just throwing him out to the Wolves tonight. But if I was Baker long term, I'd want to stay, even if it means backing up Stafford. I don't buy Stafford's going out like this. I'm pretty sure all them dudes just read up. He just got paid. Kupp just got paid.
Yeah, but Stafford's injury was they said it was like a spinal cord contusion. I mean, if a doctor told me I had a spinal cord contusion, I don't know. I might want to take that shit a little serious. I don't want shit fucking up my spinal cord.
Man, that's just fancy talk for saying he's got a bruise on his back.
That's literally what contusion means. But I just don't see Matthew Stafford going out like this. I could see that happening, sort of, because, anything that has to do with your spinal cord, that can be serious. mean, you got to look like players like Chris Carson's neck. That was spinal. That had to do with spine.
Yeah.
What another one? Ross. He has a fused disc in his spine. I mean, that can literally, that can paralyze you almost. But for Baker, I think that he's got to go out here and prove that he deserves to be on a roster, even if he's just going to be the backup to Matthew Stafford. If Matthew Stafford comes back, I think that he's just got to go out here and prove it. Like, he's getting thrown to the wolves. I mean, you're out there playing with scrubs, bro, but you're going to have to make something happen if you want to stay in the league. He was picked up off the waivers, and then the Rams were the only team to put in a waiver for him in the NFL. So nobody wants this dude. They've made that clear. Not even when he was just be free picked up. Nobody wanted this dude.
I think
Sean McVay's offense, I think that he'll fit it, though. I mean, I think that he fits that offense pretty well. He's not a terrible quarterback. It's just...
Yeah. That's what I was about to say. This dude, Baker, I ain't even a Baker supporter, but this dude got a bad rap. Pretty much his attitude cost him because this dude just won a playoff game 2 years ago. Last year he plays hurt, and now he's just getting shipped around the league now. Like, he ain't that sorry. I don't think he's great.
He has not lived up to his pick for sure.
Yeah,
I definitely agree with that. Like, no, hell no. But I mean, he's a solid quarterback.
Yeah,
it's just I thought that it would transfer with the Panthers organization, and it didn't. So he's got to go out here and prove it.
Kraft?
Yeah, I just he got sold to the Panthers earlier this year, and I hadn't quite gave up on him yet, but I will say, like I said, I hadn't gave up on him, but I'm definitely not gonna. If something does happen to Stafford and he surprisingly retires, I'm not gonna be high on the Rams next year. I'm not gonna have like optimism about Baker like we did this year with like DJ Moore, stuff like that. Like, fool me once, So I me personally, I ain't gonna fall for it next year.
But hey, anybody on the Rams fantasy wise you worth throwing out there? I know some people are throwing Cam Akers out there tonight. Shout out to Big Dunk.
Not me. He has -0.1 right now. I think he fumbled. So
man, come on, Kraft. That's RB1. That's RB1 right there, dude.
So glad I benched him. Oh.
Next drive, Kyron Williams will be out there, and we won't see Cam Akers probably for the rest of the night. He just fumbled the ball, it looked like.
Yeah. So forget everybody on the Rams. You don't want nobody. Not even the quarterback. So we'll move on to we got, let's see, Jets, Buffalo. Let's see. I'm gonna go through, say all these over and under spreads because it's just to let you know what Vegas thinks about it, and you obviously want to play players in these high over and under. So first I got is Jets and Buffalo, and the over and under set at 43. Buffalo favored by 10. That seems kind of high to me, but what about you, Craig? What do you think about Mike White? Does his little run, does it end right here versus Buffalo, or does he keep on rolling?
Buffalo ain't the same beast on defense as they were at the start of the year. But I did see that the weather is going to play a factor in this game. It's still pretty early in the week. You still got a little time to see what the weather's going to be like. But this time of year in Buffalo, you might get a straight blizzard. So keep an eye on that. And if that happens, that just makes a harder day for Mike White, in my opinion. So that in a super flex, I guess you're probably playing them, but I wouldn't be expecting a whole lot out of them.
Yeah, the weather is definitely going to come to play and with these with your fantasy players, but you're obviously going to be starting a lot of these guys no matter what. Like you're starting Garrett Wilson no matter what, don't you think?
Yeah, he's got to be in.
But other than that, I mean, you might could throw Michael Carter in a flex or something if he's playing this week. But other than that, that's it from the Jets as far as I can tell. Maybe Conklin. Heck, I'm playing Conklin this week. I forgot about that. Got to. So
yeah, there's a lot of buys this week too. So I've even been I've had a little side eye on the waivers for Corey Davis this week, just because I'm got Kenneth Walker out, and I got to replace him, and that's one of the guys that would y'all even think about starting Corey Davis over, some of these other guys we're going to talk about later? Like, where would y'all? Would you play him? That's it. Would you play him in this game with some snow maybe coming in? Chris?
I would just go with if Travis Homer is going to play for Kenneth Walker, I would just plug him in instead of Corey Davis at this point, because Seattle's going to utilize that running back, and Homer's had some pretty good runs this year if you can get him off your waiver wire.
Yeah, depending on how them injuries shake.
Yeah, look, I picked up Corey Davis in the whatchamacallit, and the thing is that my team ain't that deep, so I was probably going to have Elijah Moore up in there anyway, so probably going to throw Corey Davis in there. I'm just making sure he plays. I know he's been sick this week, but I don't know. But yeah, other than Garrett Wilson, that's about it for me as far as I could tell. What about the Buffalo side? Josh Allen, Singletary, Diggs, Gabe Davis, McKenzie, these guys right here, these jabronis. Obviously Josh Allen. What you think? You think these guys struggle against that Jets defense a little bit this week with the weather? Maybe these guys' production comes down a little bit. What you say, Chris?
Definitely think that it comes down a little bit, but then again, at the end of the day, they're playing Josh Allen and the Bills. Stephon Diggs, even if you're guarding him, he makes crazy ass catches. I just think that it's going to be a good matchup. We're going to have to see, because Stephon Diggs is going to draw that Gardner matchup. I really like Sauce Gardner. He's playing so well. He's guarding some good receivers, and he's letting some of them get by him every now and again. But it's football, man. Somebody's going to beat you. You're not going to contain everybody. But I'm probably not rolling with McKenzie. Like the weather may benefit McKenzie, because McKenzie's going to be running the little short routes on the slot. He might benefit him, but I actually think that Knox might get a little bit more work this game if it starts snowing.
I just say the running backs are getting to work. That's how I feel. They've been running the ball more anyway, so look for Singletary to at least get some more carries this game.
Yeah, Knox goose-egged my ass last week. I think you might can he's a touchdown or bust. He always has been on a powerful offense. But the Jets, last 5 weeks, they're number 2 against receivers. So my only questions on this offense, there's 2. It's, do you start Cook or Singletary? Cook got 14 carries last week, single carry. Nah, Singletary got 13. But and Gabe Davis. That's my questions for y'all. Matt, what do you do about Gabe Davis in a game that might be the weather might affect it, and which running back are you starting in this game?
I feel like I'm definitely starting Singletary. But as far as Gabe Davis goes, man, shit, I'm just so glad that I don't have to deal with that shit, because that dude Gabe Davis, even if somebody asked me, he's like Mike a few weeks ago asked me if he should play him, I was like, yeah, man, the blah, blah, blah. The dude, this dude, man, I would try not to play him, honestly. But the thing is, I'm saying this now, the dude might go off for like 30, so I don't know. It's just a weird thing. I don't want to have Gabe Davis on my team. It's too much of a headache for me.
Yeah, they've done played each other once earlier this year, and Gabe. Let's see what Gabe did in that game. 5 targets, 2 receptions for 33 yards, 5 points in full PPR. Last time they played, they're in Buffalo this time, so that might change things. But last time they played, it wasn't a good look.
Yeah, yeah. I wouldn't play him, but it's like you said, there's a lot of buys and stuff. Honestly, you're probably playing him no matter what, but he ain't having that breakout season that everybody thought he was gonna have. Y'all ready to move on?
Yeah.
Man, next we got Cleveland going against Cincinnati. Cincinnati's favored by 5.5. The over and under set at 46.5. Deshaun Watson, game 2. I say look for him to look a little rusty again. I think he's just like a quarterback 2 play for you in super flex leagues. I wouldn't expect too much from here on out. I know last week was just his first game, but it was against Houston. Like it ain't like I mean they were trash. So Nick Chubb, Chris was saying Amari Cooper is on the injury report for the hip, is that correct, Chris?
Yes. Yeah, they're saying it don't look serious, but anytime somebody pops up like this late in the week, keep your eye on it for sure.
Yeah. Let's see. Donovan Peoples-Jones. I mean, goose egg last week. Only one. Oh no, that was David Bell. My fault. No, he had 13 points.
Yeah.
Yeah, Donovan Peoples-Jones. This was Kraft said it, and I was kind of with him too. I was saying you should buy low on somebody like Donovan Peoples-Jones. I would say just keep an eye on him this week. I mean, if we start seeing him get more and more targets, him and Deshaun might have that connection.
Yeah. I mean, last week, the first game with Deshaun there, Amari Cooper still had 9 targets. And Peoples-Jones, his points may look good, but that was a special teams touchdown that he had.
Oh, damn.
Yeah, it was a hell of a play. He's got talent, but last week, as far as he had 3 receptions for 44 yards. I mean, not terrible, but he's a big play guy, and he's going to go. The better Deshaun Watson gets, probably the better he's going to get. But as of right now, I ain't screwing with Peoples-Jones in this game unless you got to. And Amari Cooper, I don't, until I see some more out of Deshaun Watson, I ain't expecting that much out of any of these guys catching the ball.
Yeah, Deshaun definitely made some throws that I was just like I know you haven't played in 2 years, but like, god damn, man, like, damn. Yeah, he had some bad throws. I just want to see him get better. I think he just needs to start. Like, he targeted Amari Cooper 9 times, so I mean, if that target share keeps up for Amari Cooper, it could be good. He's just got to execute. Anybody's gonna look rusty. This man hadn't played in 2 years, but just got to put all this shit behind him. Get out there and try to work back to what he was. Because honestly, if he works back to what he was, this offense is going to be nice. It's going to be really nice.
And Joku probably most definitely in your lineup, but you know how it is. It's risky, but hell, all tight ends sucked last week, so it is what it is. It don't matter. So you throw any tight end, you just throw him in. I'm playing Conklin this week in the league. Playing
Derek Carr.
Who else am I playing? Hunter Henry. I'm playing him this week. Like, I'm playing all kinds of guys at tight end. Joe Burrow. Bad man Joe Burrow. Is there any word on Joe Mixon, man? This dude's got to be back now, right?
Yeah. He's expected to play. That's the last thing I heard was expected to play. So my main thing is how much work is Peteron going to get after all. I mean, he's going to be starting Joe Mixon. The Browns defense has been bad all year. They're giving, in the last 5 weeks, they're still 5th worst against running back. So, you feel pretty comfortable starting Mixon. I just want to keep my eyes out on how much work, what the snap percentage is going to look like for Peteron after he showed out in a couple weeks.
Man, I just think for the past few weeks, Cincinnati's been getting that running back involved. Whatever it was, 5. Ever since Joe Mixon had that 5 touchdowns or whatever the fuck he did that 1 week, them running backs been just going off no matter who's the starter. I would feel.
Why you gotta bring that up? He did that to my Panthers, bro. God damn.
Yeah.
What I want to say about that is, look, man, how the fuck? This is just me griping about penalties. How the fuck can DJ Moore burn somebody on the Falcons and make this incredible ass catch to basically win the game, but yet they can pick the ball off and they can all do snowmen? They can all do like snow angels in the end zone, and they don't get a penalty for that. Like, I mean, that's just me griping as a fan, but that's just crazy to me.
Yeah. Heck, I didn't even see all that. I see a lot of these teams doing all that shit. I think some of it's funny. Some of it's lying. Like, quit doing that everybody needs to quit doing the that damn gritty or whatever everybody keeps doing. Like whoever did it first, those top people, they should keep doing it. But I'm seeing like tight ends doing that shit. Like y'all need to sit
Dude,
down.
Mike Gesicki had the best gritty of all time, dude. Go look at that shit. He was like doing that. This shit was funny.
But yeah, back to what we were talking about, Joe Mixon. I feel like if let's just say you got Joe Mixon and P Ryan on your same team, you're for sure going Mixon, right?
Yeah, is Peter on a flex play though? That's my thing. Yeah,
I'm gonna say no.
Yeah, I mean, I'm gonna lean towards no. I feel like they're just gonna use Mixon like they were, but Piron's played good enough to get put in there. I feel like for sure.
I'll say it like this: I think Mixon, you should play him. Piron, you probably shouldn't, but I think Piron's going to piss Mixon owners off. I think he's going to do enough of that shit just to be a headache. That's what Piron's going to be from now on, just a headache.
Jamar Chase, look for him to, week 2 being back. I say look for him to have a big week. T. Higgins, I seen he was questionable, but I think he's going to play. You playing Boyd this week, Kraft?
Yeah, I think you can. Hayden Hurst is out. Tyler Boyd, he didn't have a great week last week, but if you watch the game, he dropped a touchdown. That was
oh my gosh.
Any of us could have went out there and caught that ball, but Tyler Boyd kind of is what he is, and with all these buys this last week, Tyler Boyd should probably be in about every. If you look in your league, Tyler Boyd's probably in a lineup somewhere.
Yeah. Well, shoot, man. Let's just move on, man. Look for those Bengals guys to go off this week. I know Cleveland had their defense had that crazy week last week. That ain't happening this week, man. I think Cincinnati's about to tear that ass up.
Yeah. I got one question for you, though.
Go for it.
For dynasty purposes, do y'all know the name of the backup tight end after Hurst? I can't think of his name right now, but I think I'm pretty sure he's a rookie, and he should be on people's radar, especially in dynasty, and tight end premium leagues.
This says Mitchell Wilcox, who's played in the league for 2 years, is getting a start.
Is it Devin Asad or whatever his name is?
Wilcox is the one I was thinking about because I was looking at him in dynasty, thinking, in a premium league, I've been rolling out Gesicki with Goddard hurt, and I was like, man, I might pick this dude up and play him.
I feel like Gesicki would be good if they would just get him off. If if he wasn't playing on the tag, he could go somewhere where he would be utilized because I think Gesicki's a good tight end.
Just too many weapons. It's a Waddle and Tyreek offense, man. Can't be getting Gesicki involved with them two guys.
Right. Shoot, man. Let's just take it to the next game, man. Man, yeah, I don't know, man. I don't know about that tight end situation. I ain't dug in deep to that one. I imagine they'll bring Hurst back, but I'm not sure.
For a DFS play, though, he might be like bottom of the list, just somebody you can throw in. It's a good matchup. And, if you're just looking to go extremely cheap on DFS, we might talk about that a little bit later.
Agreed, man. Hurst going out killed my DFS. My DFS lineup was doing good last week, man. Hurst, Goose Egg, and the Seahawks defense, man.
Kenneth Walker fucking lost.
Yeah, man.
Want me some money on mine.
All talking about, man, our DFS lineups are going off at these 1 o'clock.
For real, man. Then the next slate just killed me. All right, next we got Houston, Dallas. Dallas is favored by 17.5. Over and under set at 44. Look, man, this is one of them games where it's like when we get to Houston, I'm like, Pierce is the only guy you want.
Not this week,
man. They about to be playing from behind. Look for a single-digit game from Pierce. If you're like me and you just got to play him, you got to play him. But I wouldn't expect much. And there's nobody on that Houston team that I'd be wanting to play. Not one player. I don't want Davis Mills. I saw that. Let's see, an inside source or whatever said that Houston is going to look to go get a quarterback this year. I'm like, no shit. I mean, you're definitely going to go get. You have no choice. I was with Davis Mills a little bit after last year because he looked solid or whatever, but I don't know. Time to go get Bryce Young or something if you can.
Yeah, I did say Davis Mills was he's going to be back starting. Kyle Allen's going to be benched, but bring forth the sacrificial lamb in this game. I mean, shit, you don't want no Houston player. Brandon Cooks and Nico Collins ain't practicing neither, so it's going to be. I got Dallas defense in 2 leagues, and I'm going to be ecstatic about this one. But what I want to talk about damn Houston. They're number 1 against QBs, number 1 against receivers because they suck so bad against the run and they get behind so much. So in this game, my opinion is CD, all the main guys are in. Schultz, CD, Dak, probably, unless you got, I would say like Jared Goff. I'd start Goff over Dak this week against Minnesota. But it looks like a groovy matchup, but it's really not. And Michael Gallup, somebody who you've been relying on, I wouldn't play him. What do y'all think about this situation with Houston just not being competitive and whatnot?
I think that honestly, I'm the opposite. I think this game is going to benefit Michael Gallup because they're going to be smacking that ass so hard. I think that they're just going to be throwing it in the ball. Just because, CD, like we said, Houston can be a trap because Dallas literally could be whooping these dudes' ass 44-0 going into halftime, and all the starters come off the field. But, I think the biggest play this week, Tony Pollard, Ezekiel Elliott, I think they're just going to fucking go off. Look, Tony Pollard's probably going to have like 30 fantasy points if they don't shut it down.
He better
I think
not playing against them.
I think I'm with you, Kraft. I wouldn't want to play Gallup this week, but obviously you got to play CD. One of those receivers is going to get some work. Even if it ain't a receiver, it's going to be Schultz. Somebody's going to get a little work, but the running backs, Zeke too, they all about to go off. So, yep, that's pretty much all to say about that. Them running backs about to eat in that game.
Yeah, and a DFS play, look for Dallas's 3rd string running back. Shit, he might be getting more play in the second half than Pollard and Zeke if the game gets out of hand that damn much.
Yeah, my only thing is this is the NFL. There's no. Hopefully, it don't get out of hand, looking like a college game or something like that. I don't think it'll get like that, but
the Miami game did. The Miami game really got out of hand. 30-0 in the first half.
Dallas against Indy, it was close, and then they just put up like 30-something points back to back.
Yeah.
It could. And they ended up almost beating the over themselves that game. They were literally like a score, any point away from going over the over because it was like 44 was the over.
Yeah, it's the highest spread all year, 17.5. And I think I'd take damn Dallas. I think I'd bet on Dallas to beat them by 17.5.
Yeah, I'd definitely try to stay away from lines like that. Next, we got Minnesota, Detroit. High scoring game. The over and under set at, I think I seen 51.5. 51.5 is where it's set. Detroit's favored by 2, though. I was surprised when I saw this one. Detroit is playing at home, and they've been playing some good football, but that's an interesting line right there. Look for everybody to eat. Kirk Cousins, Jared Goff. Shoot, I'm probably, depending on where Jared Goff's at in that DFS lineup, I'm probably going to roll with him again this week. Kirk Cousins, Jared Goff, but then you got, let's see, Dalvin Cook, Justin Jefferson, Thielen. You're playing there. Anybody you can play that's worth playing, you're playing.
Yep.
DeAndre Swift.
DFS lineup, I got Adam Thielen in there because Detroit's the 31. They give up the 2nd most points to run it to wide receivers in the league.
Yeah. Definitely want to have a lot of players in this game. DeAndre Swift, we need to keep an eye on him, see if he's about to get the workload again. Last week was like the most carries he's had all year or something like that. and we'll see if they get tackled at the 1. I mean,
It's
I
gonna
guess
happen, dude. Like
I guess
said.
Kraft. Let me ask you this: you playing DJ Chark?
I'm playing literally everybody in this game. I mean, I'm even thinking about, like I was talking about Corey Davis, I would play Josh Reynolds or DJ Chark above him in this game. Like Chris said, Minnesota is, in the last 5 weeks, they're last against receivers, and Detroit is second to last against receivers. So they both they're just gonna march the ball right down the field over and over, throwing the ball. So Josh Reynolds, 79% of snaps last week. DJ Chark was even more than that. And they both, I mean, DJ Chark had the better game, but if you're looking for somebody on free agency, if you're desperate like I am, and I benched Cam Akers last minute tonight, thank God, Josh Reynolds might be the guy I put in for him.
Yeah. I would like to add, look for Hawkinson to go off. Gets his former team. They gonna target this man. They'll probably make it a point to target this man a few times. That kind of stuff happens in the NFL. Like, I even seen that, like, Hurst, he's getting targeted when he's going against the Falcons. Like, that type of shit happens. So I think Hawkinson, look for him to have a big game this week. But really, is there anything else y'all want to add about this game? High scoring, we all feel the same way about it.
Yep, I'm betting about 100%. One of them two quarterbacks is going to be my quarterback in DFS this week. Probably golf again.
Right. All right, well, shoot, let's just move on to the next one. We got Philly, New York Giants. Philly's favored by 6.5. The over and under set at 45. Hurts, bad man. I mean, I seen a poll on Twitter. This is like a little dynasty thing. We had this discussion literally 3 or 4 weeks ago. I said something about it last week. I saw a poll on Twitter about who you taking at the number 3 quarterback in dynasty. A lot of people saying Jalen Hurts. A lot of people. So Jalen Hurts, he's obviously in your lineups. Miles Sanders in your lineups. AJ Brown. You might want to sit AJ Brown. I'm just playing.
I don't expect the best game from him this time, but, you know, he's unpredictable. But you can't bench A.J. Brown. Or really Devontae Smith, for that matter.
No, agreed. I guess where do we stand? Like, what's the word on Saquon? Chris, he's something about his neck, or whichever one of y'all was talking about it.
His neck. I think it was Kraft that brought it up. I could look at it real quick.
So
he was limited today with a neck injury, kind of popped up. He's been practicing, and then it was more of a surprise. So Friday practice reports are the most telling. If he has a full practice on Friday, he'll be good to go. If there's question marks around him, maybe you can try to fill in a flex spot, pick up Saquon. Saquon's back up. Who we got? Who is it? Matt Breida?
Yeah. That's
Yeah,
what
Matt
it's
Breida.
got right here.
Gary Brightwell gets some playing time too. I've actually seen him on the field a little bit, but keep an eye on that. Maybe get on your free agency, pick up one of them guys if you got to start him, if he's out. But as of right now, I'm not 100% sure what's going on with him.
Yeah, that's definitely the situation Saquon owners are going to want to monitor. I guess, what about, let's see, Slayton? He worth the flex spot? Nah.
I don't. I mean, he's done okay, but I just don't really like any of the Giants receivers on a weekly basis. But Slayton, if there was one out of all of them, I guess that would be it.
Yeah. I guess really the only thing left to say is Daniel Jones is a solid quarterback too. Super flex leagues, maybe just for the rushing upside. Other than that, it's really Saquon or nothing. And Saquon, you need to monitor because him popping up on the injury report ain't good. But a little bit tougher matchup for these Eagles guys. But I still think, AJ Brown, Devontae Smith. Well, specifically AJ Brown. Well, I don't know, man. You never know. I always say about AJ Brown, this dude could get you 40. This dude might get you 1. So we'll just have to see what he does.
Did y'all know that Daniel Jones on the year is ahead of Derek Carr, Kirk Cousins, and Aaron Rodgers?
Damn.
He's been solid this year. I got to give him credit. I think they'll sign him, and we'll just see like another version of Tannehill. I've said it a few times, so that's kind of where I stand with that.
Yeah, when he busts, he busts. He busts hard.
Bad. So does Tannehill.
Damn straight.
Shoot. Let's move on to the next one, man. Baltimore headed to Pittsburgh. I see the weather might affect this one too. Pittsburgh's favored by 2 points. The over and under set at 36.5. So not a lot of points. Vegas thinks not a lot of points is going to be scored. Lamar Jackson's out. They're rolling with Huntley. It was like I said. I think this might not be. I think Mark Andrews will still be pretty good. I don't know. Obviously, the ceiling might not be as high, but I think he'll still be. I mean, you're playing him no matter what, but and then I guess the only other thing to monitor is what's up with this backfield for Baltimore. They saying J.K. Dobbins looks good at practice. I think it's a possibility. This is the week he comes back. I wouldn't want to play him if I didn't have to. I'm playing him in a flex spot. Try to avoid it though.
You playing Dobbins?
Look, if Dobbins don't play this week, listen, man, we're in week 14, man. You can ask Chris. We're in week 14. If Dobbins don't play this week, I can't fill out a lineup. I gotta go to the
What's so funny is that he's not bullshitting. I literally look at this shit to see how many people are hurt on Matt's team, like every other day. I'm like, God damn, dude.
I was counting it out, crap. I've had like 13 players hit the IR this year. I'm like, what in the fuck? And I'm still in third place, gonna finish in that top 4 at the very least.
Because you're an expert, man. It's because you're a fantasy football expert, and you know who to start on a weekly basis. You know who to pick up on a weekly basis. But this week, good luck starting J.K. Dobbins.
Yeah.
I wish you all the best.
Wouldn't want to do it, man. Wouldn't want to do it, but I have no choice. From
If
the
he
Pittsburgh,
I don't think he can play.
I think he's gonna play this week because I think he was practicing last week. But I don't know. We'll just have to see, though. I don't know, man. They could just shut it all the way down, though. I don't know. With J.K. Dobbins. Man, buy low candidate. If you could buy low on J.K. Dobbins, I might would try to get him for next season, though.
What would you give up? What would you accept for J.K. Dobbins? You're a J.K. Dobbins holder in the Dynasty League. What's it going to take to get J.K. Dobbins?
I'm just going to be honest. You ain't buying low for me. I'm rolling with it, man. If somebody offered me a first, maybe. You come at me with one draft pick and it's a second, I'm declining that and throwing that shit out the door. So
yeah. I got him too, and this backfield ain't proved shit with him out. His value hasn't really gone down that much. Gus and Kenyon Drake, they ain't nobody just like took over.
He's a young guy too. He'll only be 24 going into next year. Mm-hmm. So I mean, he's got a lot of time to play. I want him to stay healthy and get out there on the field.
Plus, you're probably not getting if you offering somebody a second round for a running back, you're probably not getting them. Ain't nobody can't just be shipping off running backs for second rounders. It's really even one draft pick. You got to get a lot of shit for it, man. But I don't know. Unless you're getting somebody like Cordell Patterson, I sold him for 2/3 the other day. So, but it's like I got to get something for him. Kenny Pickett. I think Kenny Pickett. I've sparingly watched Kenny Pickett. I think he's looked like solid at times. I don't know. I think hopefully he'll get better so we can start playing these guys like George Pickett's crybaby ass. I done seen him whining, walking off the field like, throw me the ball. Like, sit down, rookie. Like, you ain't shit yet. Like, come on, man. I can't stand these guys who just like the entitlement on some of these guys.
SEC, dude. Of course he's entitled, bro. He played for the SEC, bro.
All that privilege, man. But the thing is his last year, he ain't do shit. Like, he was hurt. Played like in the national championship game. Like, dude, you ain't done nothing in 2 years. I get it. You look good in the NFL, but I seen Deontay Johnson fumbles. This dude's like, throw me the ball. Throw me the ball. Sit down, rookie. Go get some donuts for the team or something, man. Somebody put this dude in his place, man. Can't be having rookies running a app like that. Thomason needs to nip that in the bud.
Ain't
with
nobody
that
playing
said,
George Pickens though. He'd probably kill your ass.
I
shit,
think they
man.
should be throwing him the ball, though. I mean,
Oh,
I don't think they should be over there whining, but damn, they should throw this dude the ball. Deontay Johnson, good God, dude can't catch.
All right. Question. Dynasty question. I'm going to post this on Twitter tomorrow. I was just kind of thinking about it. Dynasty wise, who would you rather have? George Pickens with Pittsburgh, or would you rather have Sky Moore with Kansas City from here on?
That's easy for me.
What you say?
It's Pickens for me. If you'd have said Pickens or Christian Watson, it'd have been closer.
See,
What?
now, for me, the thing about Pickens is that Pickens immediately has a lot of value, has decent value. Scott Moore, this dude, I mean, with all the injuries he's been playing, but when everybody comes back, is just, how long are they going to wait to bring this dude into the offense? Because before Miko Hardman and all of them went to the IR, this dude was catching punt returns. That's the only thing that he did. He ran like, fucking
Yeah,
up
but
punt
I'm
returns.
thinking these guys,
I
like,
knew that he's gonna be the future in Kansas City. I know, like him, Kadarius Toney. If barring the dude doesn't die or something from all the injuries that he's got, I don't know. I don't know what's going on with Kadarius Toney. But
man,
yeah, I mean, I don't think Juju may stick around. He's hit his incentives, but I don't know, man. I just don't think Juju's really that good.
I'm just not of the opinion these guys are going to be back. None of them. Miko, they're not about to pay him. Juju, he ain't done nothing to. I mean, it's just going to be like Scantling Bantling and K Tony and whoever they want to draft or whatever. But what I gotta say something about what Kraft just said. Talk about it'd be close between Christian Watson and Pickens. Like that ain't debatable, man. Are you serious, man? Putting Pickens up near that level with Watson, tripping.
Oh, you think Watson over Pickens? I thought you were about to say Pickens over Watson.
Nah, man, that shit ain't even close.
I mean, Aaron Rodgers might be there next year.
Shoot, man. Well, I mean, this guy's Pickett's still going to be rolling with Kenny Pickett for at least next 2 to 3. So I don't know.
Get better, rookie. I mean, rookies don't just usually come out there and just perform like crazy. He could get better. Pickett could. Pickett or Jordan Love.
Pickett.
Okay.
Because I've actually seen Pickett play a fuck ton of games.
Exactly.
Like, I don't ever see Jordan Love play. Aaron Rodgers sees this dude play, and he's like, fuck that. I got to get this dude off the field, man.
I'm healthy now.
I don't know, man. That one right there, that one's
everything. He's like, I don't give a fuck. Put me out there.
Shit. Obviously, fire move in your lineups. Next, we got Jacksonville, Tennessee. Tennessee is favored by 4, and the over and under is set at 41. So it makes me think maybe this will be a Derek. What's Jacksonville's defense against the run looking like, man? Any of y'all know that one off the top of your head?
Yeah, I got it right here somewhere. Jacksonville against the run. They're
13th.
13th. So that's so. Trevor Lawrence, I guess watch Trevor Lawrence. I mean, there ain't no way that dude's leg ain't at least sore. So, be watching him.
I'd be done. I wouldn't go to work all week. I would probably get disability from that shit. Like, his leg got bent in front of like a national audience. His leg got bent like a scorpion.
I saw that and I was like, oh my God, he's done. He's definitely done. And then this dude came jogging out after halftime and went out there and played. I was like, well, damn.
Y'all remember that show that had the scorpion on it? What was it? The Deer Deck or whatever? They did the Ron Deer Deck. It was like ridiculousness where people and their their legs would come up and touch the back of their head. They fell so hard. That was like that's how I felt about Trevor Lawrence.
Man, that show, man. Whenever that show used to be on, I used to be like, these dudes ain't funny. Every one of them, man, cracking them jokes. Like, I ain't laughed not one time. My hot take. That little lame dude they got hosting it, dude's like 40 years old wearing that flat bill hat. Like, come on, man. Get out of
Tony
here.
Hawk wannabe ass. Shit.
Dang, man, taking shots at Rob Deerdeck right now.
Check out the pod, bro. 5-star review.
5-star.
Right. Travis Etienne, man, you're definitely rolling him on out. Christian Kirk, Zay Jones, heck, he probably gets a flex spot this week too. Still got a lot of targets last week. Let me just make sure though. 7 targets, but only 2 receptions. He's still gonna get targeted as long as Trevor Lawrence can make it happen. And then Evan Ingram, hell, I think he scored a touchdown last week. So, throw him in there if you can. But I guess, yeah, I've said it for a couple weeks straight. I guess I would expect Derrick Henry to just go off. But I don't know, man. Derrick Henry's playoff schedule looks pretty damn good.
It's awesome.
Yeah, that
you
shit.
can get this week if you're like in the playoff hunt, you might be set if you can get in the playoffs.
The top team in our dynasty league's got Derrick Henry, and that's why I'm worried because of how good his playoff schedule is. And
who's he got, Matt? Why are you looking at it?
He's got look, he does end it with Dallas in week 17, but he's got Jacksonville, the Chargers, and then Houston.
Yeah, boy.
Sheesh.
Looking good.
So, yeah, Derrick Henry. But as far as this game goes, I think he'll do pretty good this game. They ain't really got nothing. If Tennessee's playing good, that means Derrick Henry's playing good. What's the deal with Treylon Burks, though? I know he had a concussion. What's the word on him? Y'all know?
Probably going to be out.
He's out. Yeah, I just seen that. Logs another practice absence. So, really, Derrick Henry's the only guy you want. Maybe Tannehill if you need him. And a super flex. Other than that, are we good with that game?
Yeah, good with it. The only thing I had to say is I ain't comparing Philly to Jacksonville, but Philly torched Tennessee secondary last week. So, different team, but I feel like Zay Jones and Christian Kirk should be just fine this week.
Yeah, agreed. Next, we got Kansas City playing Denver. We get that Patty Mahomes versus Russell Wilson action right here. Everybody knows how we feel about old Russ. Man, we love Russ on this podcast. But here's my thing. I think I seen that Cortland Sutton. I think he's not playing. I think.
Yeah.
What about Jerry Jeudy though?
Jeudy should be good to go, and Dulcich. We talked about him. I think Phil read an article or something that said he was running more wide receiver routes, running more as a receiver, kind of like the Darren Waller type.
Yeah. The offense is so bad, but it's like I feel like Jerry Jeudy is worth the flex spot. Maybe the only guy. He stays close to the line of scrimmage a lot, anyways. And then obviously, like you said, Dulcich. So it's funny. It's like these two guys are worth playing, but the offense is so bad. So maybe only one of them's going to do anything. So it's a risk. But also, Kansas City's defense, it ain't all that. So you never know. Yeah. Maybe Russ going to do a little something.
They'll be behind. They're going to have to throw for sure. I don't think Denver's defense is really good, but I don't think that, I still don't think Denver's going to be able to get it moving. Russ has only thrown for more than one touchdown once this year against the Raiders, and every other game's been one touchdown. So if you go by that math, if you're starting Jeudy and Dulcich, there ain't enough touch. Only one of them can score now with Russ back there.
Right. As far as Kansas City goes, I know they got a tough matchup going against this defense, but I'm still starting Pacheco. He's had 3 good weeks in a row. So, man, I just bought Pacheco. My only thing is I'm just hoping Kansas City don't draft another running back for the future. But other than that, you playing any of these receivers? What you call it? That's what I was about to say to you, Kraft. I seen Kadarius Toney's been limited, so he's got these questionables next to him. I was like, if J.K. Dobbins can't play, man, I might have to try to slide Kadarius in there if I can, if I have to. But, yeah. Other than that, you're probably playing Smith-Schuster, I guess. one of these guys are gonna get some work besides Kelsey. I would hope. What y'all say?
Yeah, Tony, he's gonna be the only person you ever see on crutches in a wheelchair at the same time. I don't know how you guys do that shit, but y'all ever watch that? What's that old Wayne's movie? Don't Be a Menace in South Central. You remember that guy that came out with in the wheelchair with them little legs?
Yeah.
There's Tony, bro.
I just watched that the other day with
There's Tony right there.
Man, Lord, man.
It's funny as fuck.
My guy K Tony, man. It's funny because I wasn't really buying into the hype, but for my dynasty team, I was like, I need this hype to be real, man. I need it.
Josh Jacobs is limping a little bit.
I should have took that 24-second that Akil offered me.
Hey, we all got regrets, man. I got offered a first for Clyde, and I didn't take it.
I have offered some crazy offers, like tons of draft picks to these guys, and they've declined every one of them. And I've looked back and been like, "Whoo, glad you didn't take that one."
One of those was to me too. He offered me 2 firsts for Amari Cooper before the year started.
Oh, come on.
And I was just basically going for it. And that was before I knew Deshaun was suspended too. Well, that was when I was like, okay, I'm getting this D-Watt stack. Man, but here's another one, crap. I offered 2 firsts for Keenan Allen, 2 firsts for Mike Evans. Declined them both. The other day I just offered a first and a second for Godwin. He declined that one. I mean, I don't know about that one, about saying whoo to that one, but all them other ones, I'm like, whoo. But that man David said, if you give me that 23 first for Godwin, that might do the trick. I'm like, yeah, I bet it will, motherfucker.
It's like the 6th pick, of course.
So yeah, I mean, let's just move on to Carolina, Seattle. Sam Darnold is the guy, man. Sam Darnold's the guy in Carolina. Chris, you the Carolina fan? Is Deontay Foreman and DJ Moore? Well, DJ Moore, he's in my flex spot, so he's worth a flex to me.
I definitely think DJ Moore is worth a flex this week with Darnold playing. Just because this dude actually targets DJ Moore. Baker Mayfield would target this dude like 4 times. PJ Walker would just kind of, Jacoby Brissett his way down the field.
Yeah.
Deontay Foreman, though, I don't know. He's expected to play, but he was dealing with an injury during the bye week, so I'm thinking this might be a little split, this game, with Hubbard, unless Deontay Foreman just absolutely gets churning, but I don't see that happening. I see us getting smacked in this game.
Yeah. Hubbard got, I want to look it up, but I'm pretty sure he had 17 carries last week.
Yeah, he had a lot of work that week.
Yeah. Seattle's last 5 weeks, they're 31st against running backs, like second worst. So good matchup for the running backs, but like you said, it might get out of hand. Hubbard might be a decent play this week. But I just dropped DJ Moore finally. He's been on my Yahoo team for the whole entire year. And it's getting late in the year. Not to say that I don't think he's going to do anything, but I was like, I'm not going to start him anymore. Like,
what that does is that it alleviates the decision. Like, should I start DJ Moore? And then you start him, and then he doesn't do shit. And then it's just like, well, fuck.
Yeah.
I could have dropped this dude.
That's why I did it. I was like, I need a spot. I'm not going to play him.
It's like I say, man, fantasy is the ficklest of bitches. I promise you. Fantasy football is the ficklest of bitches.
I guess so. Geno Smith been playing solid, so obviously Metcalf. I did see that Geno Smith and Metcalf hit the questionable. I assume they're gonna play. I mean, Metcalf played earlier this year with that whatever the fuck he had wrong with him, going out there with a broken leg. So them guys, they gonna play. But this running back room, Homer. I think is that who we said, Homer, and then it looks like Tony Jones could possibly get some play time. He's projected higher than Homer and sleeper right now. So I don't know, man. Y'all willing to play one of these backs?
I'm gonna roll with Homer if DJ Dallas and Kenneth Walker's are both out. I'm gonna go with Homer. I think Tony Jones got 7 carries last week, but DJ Dallas was in and out, and Homer wasn't active. So I think I'll stick with the guy that's been on the team for years. And he
Yeah.
actually, when I watched Seattle, I mean, the limited time that I've ever seen Travis Homer, he's got juice.
Yeah,
So,
I was just about to say that. Every time I've seen this dude come into the game, I mean, he does have, and he helps the offense. He hit the play that's ran for him. He gets yards. He gets out there and does it. You know, he's just buried on this depth chart.
he can catch too.
So, fellas saying Homer might be worth a little shot. Shoot, that about wraps up this matchup right here, though. But shoot, Metcalf and Lockett.
What about Fant? What about Fant?
Man, hell no. I ain't playing none of them tight ends or whatever. Because you never know. You might play Fan. Old Disley might get a catch, touchdown. So,
Yeah, I wouldn't play him either. Wasn't he like the number 3 tight end last week or something? But I just
He was.
a touchdown will do that for you.
Yeah.
Tight end position.
all right, next, let's just move on to Tampa Bay going to San Fran. And, man, let's see. The over and under is set at 37.5. I knew it was going to be low. 37.5. San Fran's favored by 3.5. They rolling with old Purdy. Definitely going to be a low scoring game. Man, first of all, what do we make of this Buccaneers backfield right now with Fournette, Rashad White?
It's just straight up 50-50. I mean, that's really, and neither one of them are like the passing down back. Neither one of them are the early down grinder. They just put one guy in for a series and let him roll. And once he gets winded, they'll throw the other one in, and vice versa. It's just, I think Rashad White's got more juice. Like if I had to start one of the two, I would start White. But you know, Fournette, he ain't disappearing off the face of the planet. He's still there. I mean, that's where I'm at with this backfield.
I'm with you. I got Rashad White, and I've been starting him. Paid off last week, man. Paid off last week with 3 seconds left.
0.06.
So, yeah. Chris Godwin, Mike Evans, they're in your lineups. You feel real good about Chris Godwin, though. You know he's about to go out there and get like double-digit targets, even though they're going against San Fran. First of all, it's just a tough matchup anyways going against San Francisco. So the points are going to be not there, but I would still feel pretty good about Godwin, especially in PPR leagues.
Yeah, Godwin's the safest one on that team. Damn San Francisco, man. I don't over under Tampa Bay. Do they score 17 points? Chris, what do you think?
Man,
Under.
I'm gonna say I would just say right on 17, man. I mean, I don't know. This is gonna be a low scoring game. I mean, I can't wait to gamble with the poor man, but we'll just see how it goes. I mean, that's one you definitely got to be looking to take the under on. Christian McCaffrey, look for him to.
Josh Jacobs has just gone into the locker room.
Oh,
Dang, and Chris's season is up in smoke, just like that.
Fuck.
Nah, I'm just kidding.
Nah, dude, I got Dante Foreman, league winner.
But yeah, Christian McCaffrey probably gonna have a big game, I would imagine. I think he's gonna get a lot of work. But I don't know about these receivers. I mean, obviously Debo's worth a start, but man, I don't know about Ayuk, man. I would definitely try to look the other way, see what else I could do. I mean, Kittle's obviously in the lineup, but as far as Ayuk goes, his stock is in trouble for the end of this year.
He might be the odd man out with Purdy in there. I'm sure he'll still have a couple. You know, we got a couple games left. He might hit in one of these few games, but I really think Debo's going to get more manufactured touches. McCaffrey's going to get a lot of dump off. You know, Kittle, he's going to be Kittle. And I don't know. It's either Ayuk and Debo are probably going to be back and forth taking some hits. I feel like I don't think it really changes all that much for Debo, what he's been doing all year. I just think Ayuk takes the biggest hit.
Yeah. Heck, we'll just. Y'all got anything else to say? Just low scoring game. I would just expect. If I had to pick who was going to be the highest scorer, I might well say Godwin. Although Christian McCaffrey's probably a safe bet too. But
Yeah, I'm going McCaffrey on that one.
So, all right, then. But let's just move to Sunday night football, and it's Miami versus whatchamacallit, the Chargers. Miami's favored by 3.5, and the over and under is set at 51.5. So, gonna be some points scored, obviously, with these offenses. I guess off the top of my head is look for these Miami running backs to get some work this game. Chargers ain't stopping shit on the run. I don't know where they ranked. But all these guys, I feel like all these guys are about to get some good work. Tua is gonna be chunking it down to Tyreek Hill. Waddle's not questionable anymore. So these guys are definitely about to play. But what you think about me saying these running backs? Like Jeff Wilson probably gonna get some good work, I would say.
Yeah, I wouldn't say I'm worried. I think this is a great matchup for both of them. My thought process is just which one. Mostert actually, I mean, they didn't do anything against San Fran last week, but Mostert got more work than Wilson. But if I had to start one in this game, if I had both of them on my team, I would start Jeff Wilson still, if it was up to me.
Yeah, I agree. And I agree with everything you just said. What you call it? That reminds me of Kill said we need some more controversy on this podcast. But it's like, yeah, we do agree a lot. But we just breaking down and recapping.
Yeah, when we get to our topics,
controversy comes. Yeah, that's the controversy comes, especially like when people are doing rankings. Like if you just disagree with somebody on the rankings, that's when it's like, nah, bro, that's bullshit. Nah.
That's what I was thinking too, but I was like, yeah, yeah, agreed.
We talk about Deshaun Watson. That's pretty controversial.
Shoot, it ain't controversial. Well, maybe for the craft man. For me and you, it ain't controversial. You know how we feel about the woke mob coming after him. Herbert, Eckler, obviously you rolling with him. Keenan Allen. I want to say I saw Mike Williams was. I want to say he practiced. Let me just look it up real quick.
Full practice. He's good to go, I think.
So Mike Williams is about to roll on out there. I think this kind of helps Keenan Allen out a little bit, in my opinion. So I don't know, man. What you think, man? You're playing Mike Williams, obviously, though, right? Even though his first game back, it's not like a Dobbins situation, right? I'd put him in.
If you had to do your rankings today on just this week, would you put Palmer or Mike Williams ahead of one another? Matt, what do you think?
I'd roll with Mike Williams.
Chris?
Mike Williams. Wide receiver you, bro. Wide receiver you.
You asking Clemson fans that question, man? You already know where we going.
First week back, though, you remember what happened when he came back last game off that ankle injury?
Hey, man, he's either going to come in and play the whole game or he's going to come in, play a few snaps, and get hurt. I mean, it is what it is.
Y'all remember the T. Higgins game earlier this year where they're like, he's in, and he played like 20% of snaps and was a decoy. Got some goose eggs. I don't know. It's scary. I guess I'd play Mike Williams, but
it's tough.
It's scary. You got to play him, though. Right.
Just look for a lot of points in that game, and then if I got Mike Williams on my team, I'm probably rolling him out there, though. But it's tough. Oh, yeah, man. Heck, I'm just going to be honest. I play Everett all the time, especially in that Superflex league we're in. He's pretty much my starting tight end at this point. So, not to say he goes off and all that, but he gets some targets. He gets some work. So
it's going to be a good one. I feel like, I think Miami's going to beat him pretty handedly, but I think it's going to be a good one for fantasy. I think, what did you say the over and under was at? 51.5?
Yep, 51.5.
Might be looking at that one.
Yeah, man, I can't wait. That is going to be a game we're going to be looking at. Let's just move on to Monday. Last one on the slate. Got New England versus Arizona. New England favored by 1.5. And the over and under is set at 43.5. Mac Jones been looking a little better. Ramondre, obviously, in your lineups, probably going to have a big day is what I'm thinking versus, if Jacoby Myers plays, I know he's questionable. I wouldn't. I mean, I would look for them to have solid games versus Arizona this week, especially
Yeah,
Ramondre.
Patriots are very hard to predict. They played in a couple games where, like the Vikings a couple weeks ago, where it was a shootout, and then they also had some games where their offense just looks like absolute shit, and they can't get anything going. But on the Arizona side of the ball, this might Rondale missed practice today, and DeAndre Hopkins did, but it could be the first week this year where they got all three of their guys, Hopkins, Hollywood, and Rondale Moore. And James Conner's healthy. Arizona might be able to move the ball this week.
Can't wait to see my guy Hollywood, man. I just can't wait because I need him. He needs to be my league winner. Damn it. Because hey,
I would worry about it's like temper your expectations for Connor a little bit. He's playing New England's defense. That defense ain't no joke.
Yep.
Yeah, it's gonna be touchdowns for him. I'm starting him in Yahoo, and I'm like, just with all them receivers they got, just be able to move the ball and let James Conner just fall in the end zone twice. That's what I'm hoping for. Yeah. I ain't expecting 15 carries for 100 yards in this shit at all.
Agreed. I mean, shoot. That just wraps up the slate, man. Our little breakdown of week 14, last week of the regular season, too, man, for most leagues. I mean, big week for me in a couple leagues, man. I got to win and get in. So, heck, in the average Joes, I need to win and get in and have one more because at least one 7-6 guys going to lose. I need one more. So, White Snake, if you're out there, man, I need you. Slim Easy, I need you, man. Need you. Help me out. And heck, I gotta hope I win anyway. So if I lose, don't none of that shit matter. Y'all can just do whatever you want then. So, but Craft Man, what's up, man? What you got to say to these folks?
Man, average Joe's. I got one more win than you, but I done figured out how this shit's gonna go down too. If I lose, I'm gonna have to have I'm gonna have to have help too. Probably like 2 out of 4 teams that are 7-6 need to go down. Lakes pop the hell out of here. You need to lose. Isn't that who White Snake's playing? And
I think so.
And who's the other? I need somebody else to win too.
We need Phil to lose. We need the poor man to lose.
Yeah, need Phil to lose, and maybe even if I lose, I can still get in because I got some points.
Oh, we got the same record, man.
I'm ready for us to do a startup dynasty this next year.
No, I got one more win than you. No, wait. No, I got
7-6.
No. Yeah.
I just ain't gonna win no tiebreakers. So that's why I need these guys to lose.
Hey, give the people what it is. We both are 7-6. What place am I in, and what place are you in? Just to show how close this damn league is.
Yeah, the Craft Man. he's in 4th place. I'm in 8th place. 8th, all the way down here. That's why I need a little help.
And 9th place can get in. Even Ian can get in with a couple losses because he has a lot of points. If he wins.
A lot of shit going down in that league. Heck, in my family league, I need to win to get in. So, because we in a dynasty league in that league, and man, I've had some tough luck in that league, man. Of course, I got to go against the Browns defense last week, man. Pissing me the fuck off. I went against the Browns defense in like 2 leagues last week. They getting 30 plus on my ass.
Probably against Dallas this week. I hope you ain't going against Dallas this week.
Shit, I ain't checked, but I hope not. Chris, man, you got anything to say about your leagues real quick? And then we'll just talk about the pod real quick and get on off.
Well, with Josh Jacobs just sustaining, I'm reading now, it's a hand injury. His hand's taped up, and they had x-rays done. No word back from that, but honestly, if Josh Jacobs is done, I'm probably done. I mean, I got Christian McCaffrey, but I'm on Raw. If they can carry me, yeah. I'm going to have to be putting Dante Foreman in there. Jeff Wilson's going to be having to give me some points, but if Josh Jacobs is healthy, I'm contending.
He'll be back in the second half. They'll throw another hand on that man. It'd be one white hand.
Taping that thing up, they gonna roll him back out. But shoot, man.
Yeah.
People, thanks for listening to the podcast. Thanks for joining us on Twitch. If you're on Twitch, check us out on YouTube. Man, add us on all the stuff. It's all in the descriptions on the podcast. Check us out on Instagram, Twitter. Is that it? Hell, we just on a lot of shit, man. Hit us through a text message, email us, send me a postcard. I mean, shit, we'll do it all. Craft man, you gotta say anything to these folks?
Just good luck this week. Everybody that listens to the podcast, you got a leg up on everybody else, because if y'all listen to the podcast, y'all are paying attention. So, everybody who listens, I wish them the best of luck, unless you do listen and you're also playing me this week. It'd be a good thing if everybody in all my leagues, if there's a way that everybody could lose. I mean, if it's possible,
Especially
that would be
Average Joe's league.
Yeah, it's everybody lose somehow or another. Be great.
C Swizzy, man, you got anything to say?
Get active on this stuff. We're on Instagram, Twitter, Twitch, YouTube, all kind of stuff. Join it. Get active. This VOD will be on YouTube pretty quickly. So this is where you're going to hear it first. If you want to just go ahead and knock it out for the week, you can come in here while we're doing it live. You can literally interact. You can type to us, ask us questions, we can answer them, anything like that. Yeah, just interact with us.
Yeah, join the Discord. That was the one I left out, the Discord, the one that we own.
5-star review.
5-star review, do it. Yeah, man, thanks for listening to the podcast and all that shit. But yeah, man, we out.
Go Pack, go.